Alright, we are back with another episode of Ringside Insanity for 31 days of interviews in December, and we are here with somebody we didn't even expect to run into today. This is awesome to have Erica Porter here at the NW Hollywood tapings to hang out and visit with old friends. And what have you been up to lately? How's everything been?
Everything's been great. Been, had to return to normal life and had a kid and...
Yeah, so you're telling Lobby you have a 3-year-old.
I have an almost 3-year-old.
Almost 3-year-old,
who keeps me very, very busy.
I imagine so.
Very busy, as you would know.
Yes, ours is 3.5. Ours is 3.5. It don't get easier over the next year, I promise you. It gets crazy.
Thanks, appreciate
It
that.
gets harder and harder.
Way to build it up.
Hey,
I say it gets easier, it gets harder.
I think it just gets different.
Yeah.
Right?
Different's definitely the word.
A different set of difficult.
Yes.
So for those of our younger viewers who are tuning in as part of the, like the John Cena fans or whatever, that John Cena was in UPW with you,
yes.
but briefly. But where did Erica Porter first discover wrestling, and where did you get into training and everything?
Wow, but where did I first discover wrestling? On the television. the former WWF, and I was always a fan, loved it, and then. As you may know, I was wrestling with WOW, Women of Wrestling.
There you go.
As Jungle Girl.
Yes,
and
I remember
then,
that. Yes.
Unfortunately, WOW folded, and as a result of that, I really did fall in love with the business, fell in love with actually being in the ring, and so found an organization called UPW, and wrestled for UPW, and then, actually, I think it was on a tour that I was doing, and actually I was with Nav and a bunch of the other guys. Michelle Morgan was there, and I tore my quad. And after that, I just realized that that was the end of the Jungle Girl Erica Porter career.
Wow. I briefly remember heard about injury. I didn't remember what it was, but
Yeah.
for a while there, every time I went to UPW show, it seemed like you were like the go-to girl in that company. You were the women's champion, and you were. As far as the women, you were headlining the cards almost every
There weren't a lot of women, though. There weren't a lot of women
there weren't a lot of women
during that time,
to go with, so it's kind of like, let's leave.
Nikki started. I did, her first match that she had ever done was with me and Laughlin.
There you go.
And I know that she mentioned that she wished I would get back in the ring so that she could, now that she's a veteran,
right?
That we could have a different match. But
I wish things were better, because we'd love to have you at Wild too. Because Wild is trying to pick up as many names as we can and get the roster bolstered, and you'd be a great addition.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Never say never.
So Nikki's first match was you. I know you worked with Lizzie Valentine a lot when she was Valentina. I was there.
I actually never did. I never did. I never worked with her, ever.
I disagree.
Oh, no, I did.
There was one match. The triple threat match where you won the belt back.
It was one match.
Like, wait a minute, I was there for that match. I know I didn't.
Yeah, there was. There was one match. That's true. That was the only one, though.
Yeah, there was the one. I remember it was within a week of each other. I think there was maybe even 2, because she beat you for the title, but I think it was the triple threat with Morgan involved, and then the week after in Santa Ana, she won the back or something like that. There was a thing where it was at least 2. I remember it was that big old UPW
there was Savvy.
Yeah.
You remember Savvy and Looney Lane?
Looney Lane, who we had on the old XMB show way back.
Yeah.
And in 2004, when you guys went up to Buffalo Bills.
Was that 2004?
Believe that?
Wow. I feel old, man.
I'm new to the show since 2002. So next year's my 10-year anniversary. I'm going.
Aw, congratulations. Happy anniversary. I'll tell you early, just in case I don't see you.
Yeah, it depends. If you visit here more often, we'll be seeing each other.
Depends. If Steve comes.
If Steve comes, see, Navajo Warrior is just an awesome guy, and we're gonna have him on the show too. Hopefully, driving that fast. Too slow a car to be driving that fast.
We're working with the elements here.
We are. We really much. There's barbed wire everywhere around the studios.
So please forget the noises and stuff. Sorry.
we don't apologize for it, but we try anyway. What was the really big draw for you as far as professional wrestling, and what
was my question?
It was the money.
That was totally what I was going to ask.
Go ahead.
That's a good question. You want to ask it?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go for it.
I already did.
Go ahead.
What was the draw for me? Wow, that's it. I don't know. I think you just either love it and it's in your blood, or you don't. I don't know that there's. I mean, it's certainly not for. It's certainly not for the money. It's
that's for sure.
And you have a. I don't know. I fell in love with it. I liked it as a kid. I watched it. I liked it as a kid, and I loved.
Who's your favorite as a kid?
Superfly Snuka.
There you go.
Wow.
really
That's
hear that
something
anymore.
you don't hear that much, actually.
That's why I like having the veteran wrestlers that have been around for longer than John Cena's time in WWE, because they throw out names. You go, I remember that guy. Everybody says Jimmy Snuka's a favorite.
I love.
I'm so used to hearing like Hogan and something like
Hogan
that.
and The Rock and
No.
Snuka.
No.
Now, Jimmy
No.
as a heel or Jimmy as a face? He was a heel back in the day.
Yeah, I know. I really, Jimmy is a heel.
Okay.
I prefer him as a heel.
Was she the inspiration? Was he the inspiration? As far as the whole like Jungle Girl type gimmick and being a bad guy, if you will.
You know what? No. I think that when we had started WOW, what had happened was, I think David McLean, who's the one who owned and started WOW, kind of took the personality of what we were like in the ring, just practicing and that type of thing. And I think it was fitting. I was always climbing the turnbuckle and doing things, so I think that the Jungle Girl theme kind of fit in nicely.
Now, was there ever any thought process of bringing Jungle Girl to UPW, or was that just when WOW died out, was it?
Well, WOW owns Jungle Girl.
Oh, okay.
So it's so no. So that's why it's Eric Porter, which is so exciting.
Yes. And you know what? Real names evoke real names evoke real emotions. You're really seeing an extension of the real person's personality. That's what everybody in wrestling says.
I prefer that actually.
Yeah.
To the gimmick names and stuff. I think
Yeah,
it's actually more personal because you get into the real person that way and not just a character.
Yeah. I mean, there's still a gimmick.
Well, yeah,
I was
just gonna say, how much of Erica Porter is Erica Porter in the ring? Like how much? Like where does
probably none of it. I'm a pussycat. I'm like I'm just and
Of course,
and I have to tell you, I was actually more. I think I was more even keel and more pleasant when I was wrestling because I had that channel. I could channel that energy.
Right.
And so now I just have to make sure I get to the gym or do something or to get that. There has to be that level of
get the adrenaline back.
Yeah, you gotta have something to get something out.
Right. Yes, sir, Stat Boy.
Since you're all parents, what's a parent's responsibility towards the children with wrestling?
Keep it away from them.
To what extent?
As far as watching it or coming to shows or interacting with wrestlers like at signings or stuff like that?
I think from my point of view, my son is very aggressive. And I think if I were to, I don't think it would be right to introduce him now, just because I don't think he has the understanding of being able to kind of differentiate what is real and what is not.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want him to try to emulate or to duplicate what he sees, not knowing. I think the challenge is when you have a kid who's really into it and enjoys it, is that they really need to understand that you really can get hurt, and especially if you don't know what you're doing. You really do. And I think there's a danger of the kids going into the backyard, the backyard wrestling, and trying to do what it is that they're watching, people that they look up to do. And there's a real danger in that. So if there's a child that is really interested in wrestling professionally or doing something, they need to go to a school with trained professionals and learn how to bump and learn how to, to do things because
our son is like that too. He sits there and tries to be like the ref, tries to be the wrestlers. We see him, we'll be watching Raw or whatever, all of a sudden he's doing bumps.
Right.
It's like, what?
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, my kid would probably, he already throws himself off of things.
Yeah, we've been just amazed that, we first just was like whatever, he was too young, it didn't matter, and then as he got older and started hitting everything, we were taken away from our son. But we moved into the apartment we live in now in Long Beach with the wrestling family, essentially. They all like wrestling. We've got to tell him, they're just friends, they're not really hurting each other, blah, 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 that sort of thing. And we've also encouraged him to get to know the real people. Like, a great example is Eric Cross here at UPW.
NWA.
I know where I am. I have no idea what's going on right now. NWA. Eric Cross is this, swarmy, jerk heel, and outside the ring he's wrestling with Dylan and plays with Dylan and like that. The best one I can think of, famous be, the best one I can think of is Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce is so intense and so just, come out there, defend the title,
another
kick
pussycat.
You. And he really is. More since he became a father.
Right.
More
Well,
so
yeah.
when he became a father. Because back in the day, he was not a pussycat as far as I knew. Because I've known him for a little bit. But yeah, the fatherhood has definitely mellowed Adam.
Right.
No doubt about that. But even inside the ring, he was still very intense and very just it's my belt and I'm going to defend it. And then we get out of the ring, we gave him a ride to his car a couple months ago at the taping. He was just like totally like talking about my wife's pretty much in labor. I got to get home, make sure. 2 days later, his wife had the kid. So it was just amazing how.
We've mentioned that on the last 3 shows.
Have we really? Are you sure?
I think so.
Well,
So viewers,
Somehow.
you're going to be quizzed on this.
yes.
We're so proud that he was in our car.
Well, it's just funny.
It's just because it's Adam.
It's Adam, But
Adam's just an awesome
what
guy.
if a quad tear it's been documented more than once how seriously it is. It's both Triple H and Vince McMahon. What was the rehab like for you getting your leg back into shape?
Long and tedious. Long and just difficult. And that's really when I realized, look, I value my body more than, putting it through this day in and day out. And I really have to think about, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. And it's not, as much as I love it, it's not worth it. And there are people that are younger and, that can get into it and carry on the torch. So it was time.
When was the quad tear and how long was rehab altogether?
The quad tear was in, I don't even remember what year. I was in Korea.
Oh my God.
I don't know what year it was. And the rehab, was a good 10 months.
Even being like in shape as you are.
Yeah, it was torn from knee to groin. So it sucked.
Oh yeah.
Both times Triple H did his, it rolled, but not like roll onto the floor.
Right.
Oh my God, that's awful.
But it's, it's.
It was a sign.
I guess it also, it was a sign for me. It was a hard sign to deal with, but it was a sign. And then, but I have a lot of other things that I do and a lot of other interests, so I think it wasn't as hard for me to leave as it would be for somebody who it's their entire life.
What is Eric Porter up to these days besides the motherhood?
I wrote a book called Eat That Monkey, Now's the Time to Change Your Life, which is a book on lifestyle and wellness and really about taking personal responsibility for your life and your choices that you make.
Can you find it on Amazon?
You can find it on Amazon. You can go to eatthatmonkey.com. There's also, I go around the country speaking about wellness and personal choice, personal accountability. And I developed a class which I am going to be taking to DVD.
Oh.
So, sometime in the next year.
Well, be on the lookout for all of that. We thank Eric Porter very much for her time. We know you're a busy woman, so we thank you very much.
My pleasure.
See you guys next time on Ringside Insanity.